Hello everyone. This is different to the usual content that I do on this channel, but bear with me. One thing, first of all, I'm at the tail end, hopefully tail end, of a cold. So if I sound a little bit raspier than usual, that is why. Anyway, this is not my usual face, clearly, talking about books, but as some of you may know, like 2 years ago, I made a video talking about how I annotate, and it brought me so much joy because it gave me the opportunity to talk about stationery, which is something I have loved all my life, and I have kept journals for what feels like all my life, and yeah, I thought it would be nice to share this with people that care about how you could journal yourself, or if you're just curious, because I love to watch how people journal as well. If there are random cuts in and out, please bear with me. It's probably because I'm having a coughing break. So yeah, anyway, this is her. This is my beautiful girl. She is my pride and joy, my baby, my one true love. Sorry, Michael. Okay, so this is what she looks like from the front. She's got a little plate where it says the year. I have my trusty clip, a Platinum Preppy fountain pen, which is dirt cheap, fellas, dirt cheap. And I have other fountain pens, more pricey fountain pens. But I've been meaning to, this is a whole other tangent, so I won't, I'll keep it short. But this one, it says 02, and it's so lovely and fine, and I love a fine nib, like an extra fine, really. This one's a fine, and I find it's still too thick. So until I get a different nib, I'm sticking to this baby. I love her. It's almost out, as you can see. And then it's clipped by a little Midori clip ring. This is a locket. Inside is a note from my lover boy. I have some charms here. This says Ale, my name, which I stamped at a craft night in my city. There's a little key, and then some little charms at the bottom. So if you open this beautiful bad boy, I always have my pencil board clipped right here. These notes I'm going to take off because I don't actually know what's written on here. Probably nothing bad. But I sometimes write little notes of the day so that I don't forget about it when I go to journal about them. So yeah, I have my pencil board clipped on here. And that kind of just stays like this. And I have decorated this just with this teeny tiny Times that I bought in 2018, so long ago. But it's so cute and I love it there, and it stays there. Okay, and then if we flip on, this is the plastic folder. Did I say this already? That has the three card slot. So I keep 3 different things in here. I have my gold stars because I am 7 years old, and then my green tone, or I don't know, earth toned dot stickers, because as you will tell from my entire setup, I fear color for whatever reason. And I have also these baby teeny tiny cutie pie page flags, since the other thing I love to do is to read, so you never know when you'll need a page flag and an extra little tab in case I need it. I'll explain how I use these, although you probably, if you're watching this video, you probably already know. Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, let's put that away. Also, we do not waste in this household. This thingy has been with me since like 2018, and it was starting to tear at the bottom, so I cleverly stapled it because I refused to waste it. It was perfectly fine, aside from the fact that it was kind of tearing over here, but now it's fixed. Okay, then we have my craft folder, and this right here is ultimate joy. Okay, this is the embodiment of peace for me. I love it. So sweet. So here are, I just keep a couple stickers from Traveler's Company. Most notably are the double-sided stickers. Double-sided sticker tape stickers, whatever they're called. And I love them. They're perfect for traveling. I mainly save them for when I travel because when I'm at home, I can use my tape or my glue stick. But these are great for traveling when I need to quickly tape receipts or photos or any other ephemera that I may be collecting on my travels. Here I have my traveler's notebook brass ruler that I've had for so long. It's even in my, what's it called? It's even in my How I Annotate video. I've had this for so long. You can see the wear and tear, but I love her. I actually lost her for, I think, 6 months. And I've recently rediscovered her lost on the edge of my couch. So that's super exciting. I also have a couple photos here that I changed depending on the season of me and my sweetie little partner. So this is the spread I had during the summer because it just feels very summery. But now that it's starting to get gloomy, I put this because it's a reminder that I can still feel joy in the gloom. So that goes there. And that stays there. Then my first notebook is this baby here. I love her. This is a transfer sticker that I put on here and I think it looks really wonderful. So as you can see, this one's called Daily 2 of 2 because this is only for the second half of the year. So I completed another one for the first half of this year. Maybe at some point I can do a full year flip through. I think that would be really cool. Okay, so this is a random printed receipt that I have. This page here, hear me out, is I want to make this, get my pals and my loved ones to write in this as if it were a yearbook. You know, in high school or elementary school or whatever, you would get your yearbook and then you would get all your friends to sign it. I think it would be really nice to see all the different people that were in my life during this year when I look back on this. Who knows when? I think that would be really cool. So the next pages are supposed to be for tracking, like regular tracking, but there's very little things in my life that I need to track that diligently. So I've actually just made it like a monthly highlights. And it looks like this. I haven't taped this one because this is from October. But I mean, it's so joyous. My heart soars. It's so cute. So it's just little highlights. July, August, September, October, November, December. It'll look beautiful once it's done. And then the next one is personal highlights. This is super vain. So maybe, you get what I'm saying. Personal highlights for me to be like, hey, that's what I was doing when I was about to turn 25. Amazing, stunning, fantastic. So that's that, okay? Then here is the layout. This is what we do for the weekly spreads, okay? So this is the Horace, I think it's called Weeks Plus Memo Insert. And this is how I use it. It's very simple, okay? It is just, I do a very brief description of the day on each one. And these are the ones that I write it out. So I have month stamps that I write here. And then I write in the actual days. And then on this side, I have a very teeny tiny accountability. This is the only thing I will track. And even this sometimes feels like a lot. It's just yoga, movement, and socializing. That's it. That is all. Okay? Monday through Sunday. Easy peasy. Then down here, we have our week's entertainment, a book. So what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, and what I'm watching. So that goes there. Very fun. And then essentially, whatever I want to expand on further, I will carry that on to this side. And sometimes I'll include photos or receipts or any other bits and bobs that I may want to include. These dots here, okay? So as I had mentioned earlier, I have these 3 dots, okay? And what they're used for is the brown dot means I have, is that still right? Listen, this changed slightly over the course of the year because my notebook was getting too bulky. But yeah, that's right. If there is, sorry. Yeah, if there is a brown dot, it means I have expanded on it in my diary insert, okay? Which is this bad boy back here. If there's a dark green one, it means that I have expanded on it in my creative insert, which I actually ended up removing because it was getting too thick and too chunky and I couldn't handle it. So that's been removed from this. So it's mainly just the brown dots that you'll see, which means that too much happened in that day. Okay, weird change of frame because I ran out of space. I've forgotten how much room you need on your cellular device to film these kinds of videos. Anyway, brown dot simply indicates that there's more to be said on the topic and it can be found in the diary pages. So it's kind of just like a note for myself if I want to go look at that as well. So yeah, this brings me a lot of joy. It's really wonderful to see what I was watching, reading, and listening at the time. Yeah, that always feels really special. And each week kind of has its own personality, which is really nice. I think I can sometimes just look at the week as a whole and it really brings me back to that moment in time. You'll sometimes see that some of my entries are a bit more sparse than others, like there's less writing. And that's usually an indicator of the fact that I may have been away from my usual routine during that time. So, for example, I spent most of August in Mexico. So a lot of those entries are kind of not as cramped and full as my other weeks. And that's usually because when I travel or go anywhere, I take a separate insert that I dedicate to that trip. So I just have way more flexibility on how much I can write without being limited to like these tiny little entries. So this, for example, are all the things that I did in Mexico. That's all in here. So naturally there's going to be less writing on the weekly spots because I have a whole other insert talking about them. So yeah, they all have their own character. Again, like little things that I've glued in, little tickets, photos. It's just very joyous. You know, a little flower, a gift that I gave to Michael and we saved it and put it into the book. You can open this, but I am failing somehow. Why? Did I tape this? Oh, strange. Okay. Anyway. You get the idea. You get the vision. It's very fun. Movie ticket. We want to see Alien Romulus. Starting in September, we have been watching scary movies nonstop. It's been very fun. Yeah. So it's just so joyous. You know what I mean? Like, how could you say no? This is so fun. And it's okay. Do you get it? I hope you get it. Anyway. Oh, and one thing that I've done recently, which I'm going to continue to do because absolutely, like, come on, this is so fresh. But no, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is my hands are something I take a lot of care of and I like to get them done because I take a lot of pride in growing these bad boys out. So I like to put pretty colors on them. And I recently took a photo and printed it on my printer and cut out my hand. I mean, there's just something very satisfying about the way that looks. So I think I'll be doing that again going forward. I usually include the nails in like sorry, this just feels too vain. But dude, my camera freaking ran out of room again. Anyway, I don't know why I'm covering this. It just feels too vain. But I usually include my nails to some capacity on here. So I think I really like the idea of doing this. I don't know, it just gives it like some texture, some dimension. It just feels very fun and exciting. So I've been enjoying doing that. And then my diary is very, very simple, purposely so that it doesn't feel daunting. And I only need to dip into this like whenever it feels right. It's not dated. That's on purpose. I never want to feel like I have to do a big entry if I don't want to or need to. I'm going to cover this. But how I do it is that I create like a little, I don't know, what would this be called? I guess like an index on the back of each month, just to explain what the entry is kind of about. So June 5th, June 8th, June 10th, and then I write about it. And then I do this thing here, like where I kind of cover the entry a bit if it's really heavy content, and I kind of want to warn myself if I'm ever looking back on this that I may not really want to look at it, because I may just be talking about something that was heavy to write to begin with and therefore may be heavy to read back. So that's been helpful. I do sometimes include photos if it feels right, or if we go to coffee shops and there's extra ephemera that I don't want to chuck away, that stays in there. Again, these I've included. This was such a special day. It was my best friend Fiona's birthday, and her day was just so joyous, so I included the receipt of the place that we went to and some photos. Thanksgiving, the recipe that we made, things like that. But not always do I insert, I'm trying to find other ones. Yeah, not always do I insert things like photos and such, but sometimes I do when it feels right. Otherwise, it can be very much just writing. So that's very simple. And then on the back, I have more stickers, some stamps, because I love writing letters. That brings me a lot of joy. One of my favorite things ever. And again, more stickers in here. There's a whole wad of them, and I kind of just flip through them as they're needed. So that's that. And that's the whole system, friends. That's how I journal. I'm really excited to make these kinds of videos. They just feel very wholesome and very me. And I kind of like that my face doesn't always have to be in these videos. I think sometimes that really puts me off from returning to this little cutie platform on here. So yeah, that's my journal. I hope you have found this interesting. And I will see you when I see you. Bye!